Here we go again. The Ortega method is a very fast method, faster than the beginner method on the 2x2 that lets you reach times even faster than 5 seconds. Most of this method is actually quite similar to the beginner method. The first step is still the same. Making a first step is exactly identical to the beginner method, except to optimize from the beginner method, you might want to, make this face on the bottom instead of the top. This allows you to transition into last layer much better so that you don't have to waste time flipping the cube. When you get to last layer, there are a bunch of different cases you can get. For OLL, I'm going to show you the cases that you should use so that when you use the Ortega method, you can just solve OLL in one go. If you get this case, known as the soon pattern, do this algorithm. If you get the opposite case, which is going in the opposite direction, hold it here, hold the corner here, and do the reverse algorithm. If you get a case where there's two bars, two headlights opposite each other, then there's two ways you can do this. The first way is to hold one of them at the front and then do this. And the second way to do this is by holding them on the sides and doing this. If you get the case where there's one headlight here, but then these two are pointing in opposite directions, then do this. You hold this headlight on the left and perform this algorithm. If you get the case where there's two next to each other on the top and these two point outwards, then do this algorithm while holding this headlight on the right side. If you get the case where there's two diagonally opposite to each other, then hold this in a very specific way. Make sure you can see these two colors as well. Don't hold them like this, even though this is technically correct. You can't see the whites or the OLL color, whatever your OLL color is. You can't see them over here. Make sure you can see them while having this diagonal pattern. Then do this algorithm. If you get the case where there's two headlights here and this also points in the same way, then do this algorithm. When you get to last layer, there are a few different possibilities that can occur. Make sure you pay attention to the top layer and the bottom layer for this. If you check around the top layer and you have no headlights, no bars of the same color next to each other, and if you have only one bar here, nothing else, then hold this bar at the top and perform this algorithm. If you get the case where there's one bar here and one bar on the bottom, nowhere else, then perform this algorithm. If you get the case where there's absolutely nothing in the top or bottom, then do this algorithm. If you have one entire layer done, this is then referring back to beginner method. If you have one bar here, then this is T-perm. If you have one full layer done and no bar on the other layer, then just do Y-perm. Now I'll show you an example solve using Ortega method. Oh wow, we have a one move face for solving white. Let's just do that. So the first step is obviously making a face. We can just, somehow just solve it in one move. Then we move on to OLL. Make sure you know your opposite colors: white to yellow, blue to green, and red to orange. So if yellow is my OLL, then we have this pattern, which is the soon pattern. And looking at our PBL, we have one bar at the top and one bar at the bottom, so it's this algorithm. Because that was such a quick solve, I'll do another one. Alright, hopefully this looks sufficiently scrambled. White doesn't look too bad. Alright. It's better to be color neutral on 2x2 because it's not that hard and You should get used to it by recognizing all your last layer cases. But if we are doing white here, we can put this one down here and bring this over with a U2 and probably... Oh no, we can just do you can just do U2 and an R prime. That's even easier. U2 and an R prime. That just collects them together. Now looking at our OLL, which is yellow, we have this headlights pointing to the left and we have these two pointing outwards. So it's this case, this algorithm. Now our PBL, we have one top, one bottom. It's the same case as before. So hopefully this Ortega guide made you a little bit faster at 2x2, at least compared to the beginner method. And hopefully you enjoy with this method, because I certainly am. Thanks for watching.